So I look at photographs and social media content, and it pretty much convinces me that something nefarious was going on. It pretty much convinces me my parents conspired into pharmacologically abusing me. It was, I believe it was premeditated. Um, I believe they did it to me. I believe they did it to me with premeditated intent. And you know, they haven't confessed. Obviously, they haven't confessed. Obviously, basically, what I want to say is, can somebody tell me the truth? Did my parents pharmacologically abuse me with nefarious premeditated intentions? I've said the same thing every day for years. They tell me it's ideas of reference convincing me there's a hidden reality. Nobody has confessed in photographs and social media content, nor will they ever confess, because they didn't do it to me. I'm delusional. Catch it, check it, change it, and have a nice day. I have a friend coming over today, and stop protesting that my parents confessed that they pharmacologically abused me with premeditated intent. I think it's pretty obvious they did. I think it's pretty obvious they did it to me. But just have a nice day. Just have a nice day with this friend, and somebody says they didn't do it to me. They say it's ideas of reference. I see the social media content, for example, and I'm coming to a feeling of conviction about what I suspect is true. The reason nobody confesses to my face is because there's nothing to confess to. There's no nefarious hidden reality, correct? Whatever. I'm looking for honesty. I'm looking for transparency, and realize that's exactly what they're doing. They're giving me honesty. They're giving me transparency. There's no lies. There's no deception. They are being honest. I'm delusional. That's it. I'm delusional. These photographs of my father and mother and everybody are not confessions. It's ideas of reference. They're not confessing. Just catch it, check it, change it. Tell myself nobody had nefarious intentions. I'm going to read to you another. I don't know. So is anybody going to join? Is anybody going to join and interact with me? Well, I got a friend who's coming over today, probably in about 20 minutes or so, and I'm excited to see her. I'm excited to get to socialize with this friend. Even if my parents did pharmacologically abuse me, even if they really did it to me, realistically, protesting every day that they confess is ruining my peace of mind. It's ruining my life. Just let it go. Just let it go, and tell myself they didn't do it to me. Tell myself there's nothing for them to confess to. I'm looking for them to admit the truth. I'm just looking for them to admit the truth, and they are telling me the truth. They are telling me the truth. Nobody is lying to me. Nobody had nefarious, premeditated intentions. This is not the blue blazer from the fucking WWE, some sensationalistic nonsense. They're my fucking parents, for Christ's sake. If they really were sadists behind their masks, just tell me. Just tell me. This is fucking. Just tell me the fucking truth. It's bullshit. You know, I was not a humiliation ritual and a human sacrifice. It's just nonsense. It's just, you know, I said how I think these people wanted to play sensationalistic professional wrestling with me. They were bullying me, making me a buffoon and a laughingstock for years. They wanted me to turn into a loud and rambunctious Stone Cold Steve Austin-like character. Instead, I behaved like the Be Good Johnny music video by Men at Work. I'm like Brian Wilson. I just wasn't made for these times. They all want to scream, shout, and have righteous anger. I want to behave like a human being, cry and write Caroline No. They're disappointed in me in a way. Then an hour later, I said, they say nobody wanted to make you a character, buddy, so accept they're telling me the truth. It's just a suspicion I'm coming to a feeling of conviction about. Just like the suspicion they premeditatedly pharmacologically abused me for nefarious reasons. They didn't want me to come back with a vengeance and be in a righteous rage like Stone Cold. Ideas of reference have convinced me there's a hidden reality. But it's a delusion. Accept face value. Dr. Garrett said, this post is true. In the long run, it is to your advantage to believe what you have written. So I said, I don't think this is a medication issue. I believe there are nefarious hidden realities. One being premeditated pharmacological abuse. I want my parents to confess to what they've done. They say they are not lying and have done nothing nefarious. So assume what they tell me to my face value to be true. How do I accept they're not lying? How do I believe they're being honest and transparent with me? Like Aristotle once said, liars when they speak the truth are not believed. I don't believe my parents are telling me the truth. And Dr. Garrett said, if Aristotle were a psychiatrist, he might have said, psychiatric disturbances lead people who have ideas of reference to perceive others as lying when they are telling the truth. Your own mind is your worst nemesis. Your own mind is your persecutor. And I asked, then what's the answer? More psychiatric medications? Or becoming afraid of how my mind works and trying to catch it, check it, change it? Obviously, I'd like to avoid more meds if possible, but if I'm delusional, then maybe a change in meds might be necessary. It's every day I'm accusing my parents of lying. So I'm going to read to you a suspicion here. This is an email that I sent to Dr. Garrett. It's not public, but I'm going to read it. I said, I get that it's the Chinese woman I went to college with and had a massive crush on, and she's probably dating Tobey Maguire. But why? Unless they were all hanging out with my cousins, aunts, uncles, and excluded my family because of my mental issues. This is all just suspicions. Maybe if I were 10 years older and a lot less sick than I was in 2009, we could have dated. They say the worst joke the world can play on you is having you meet the perfect person at the wrong time. I was still like middle school Andrew at 21 years old, way too boyish, and she was an expert tennis player. Did she even play tennis? But seriously, there was real chemistry between us. Or did I barely know her? It's a fantasy I made up about her, a narrative I created from her social media. Regardless, in 2024, I think she's moved in and is living in the house across the street for a few years now. Seriously, I think she's living across the street from me. But again, why? Unless she bought my old childhood home, I'm not sure what the hidden realities are, but I'm told it's like sensationalistic professional wrestling. She could either be my best friend or worst enemy. There's no in between. Right now, we're becoming besties. I need to remind myself, this is all suspicions here. This is all things that I suspect are true that I'm coming to a feeling of conviction about. Catch it, check it, change it. No one has confessed and corroborated any of this is true. Build back better. Catch it, check it, change it. Debunk it, dismiss it, derail it, deny it. And so on. So I got a woman coming over today, and we're going to have a lot of fun. Erase it, end it, expel it. I'm delusional. I'm basically, focus on real people in the real world, not my fantasy, not my daydreams about people. There's a real woman coming over today. Yes, we're in the friend zone. Yes, we're just friends. We're not dating. But, she's a woman and she's coming over. She's a real person in real life, not a daydream, not like daydreaming about a pop superstar. She's a real friend that I'm going to see in real life. It's not like a daydream about Taylor Swift or Lady Gaga, daydreaming they're my soulmate. I don't know Taylor Swift. I don't know Lady Gaga, It's a fantasy. I'm I'm daydreaming a narrative. Even if, hypothetically speaking, Taylor Swift was madly in love with me, if she came to my house, I would start to get to know her, and I would quickly learn my fantasy about what I think she's like is completely wrong. I don't even know her. I barely know her. And when I started to get to know her, I'd find out what I daydreamed Taylor Swift arriving would mean would be completely wrong. It wouldn't be like, Taylor Swift is here, and all of a sudden, my life turns from pain and suffering to rainbows and butterflies, and we're going to go to Wonderland, the promised land together, and the tour bus is going to take me to like a fantasy paradise. No. Basically, if Taylor Swift arrived, she admits to having covert narcissism. She'd probably criticize me, boss me around, make me carry her bags, Even if I did start dating Taylor Swift, it wouldn't be the fantasy I imagined, where it's like, oh, my dream woman, my soulmate is here, and we're going to live happily ever after in Wonderland. It's just like, what the fuck is my fantasy even, And, Taylor could be a monster behind the mask. We don't know what she's like. I don't know what she's like. I daydream I know what she's like, and she's the goody good from You Belong With Me, and we're going to live happily ever after. But I don't know what the fuck Taylor Swift is like. I've never met her in my life. So catch it, check it, change it when I get these fantasies about the Chinese woman from college, when I get the fantasies about Taylor Swift, and so on. I don't know these people. I don't know them at all. Much like they don't know me. They could create narratives about me based on my social media content, but they don't know me. They think they do, but they don't know me. And besides, Taylor Swift would probably make me put on her high heels and boss me around like I'm like this disabled loser. I'm probably better off dating somebody who hasn't been famous since she's 18 years old, I don't know them. They don't know me. I mean, they know a snapshot of me from my social media. I know a snapshot of them from their pop star job in life. But we don't know each other. We just simply don't know each other. They created a narrative about me based on what they see on social media. Which is wrong. They don't know me. Somebody asked me, have I ever thought about wearing a dress? No, I'm too lazy to wear a dress in women's clothing. And that's not really my bag or my cup of tea, I don't really want to wear a dress. I like wearing jeans. I like wearing hoodie sweatshirts. That's wearing women's clothing isn't my cup of tea, But if it is your cup of tea, there's nothing wrong with that. I've got a lot of swagger as a man. That's not my bag, baby. I'm kind of too hairy for women's clothes. You know, I wouldn't make a good woman. I wouldn't make a good transvestite woman. So just stick with being a man. I'm too masculine for to be a woman. I'm way too masculine to be a woman. I'm supposed to be seeing my friend around noon in like 8 minutes. Let's see if let me check my phone. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if she'll just spontaneously appear at my house, but supposedly 8 minutes. Apparently, she's coming to my place. I haven't gotten a text yet. I have my phone. I don't know if my phone's malfunctioning or what the issue is, but supposedly she's coming over. So we'll see. I haven't gotten a text this morning, though. Maybe she will. Maybe she won't. I mean, supposedly she's coming over in 7 minutes. So. Oh yeah, no. I've been socializing with her for weeks, months, years. It's not the first time she's coming over. Yeah, I mean we're in the friend zone. We're just friends, but, but yeah, I mean, I kind of wish I would have gotten like a little text. Like I'm not upset. Don't get me wrong, but I kind of wish they would say, give me a little notice, like, oh, I'm coming over. I mean, I don't mind. Then again, I'm pretty suave. I'm Mr. Chill. If she just shows up at my house, that's fine too. But you know, you know. Like I'm not upset, but it's like, yeah, I mean, I personally, I asked if she wanted to date me, and I'm hoping for the potential for something more. But she indicated she wanted to be in the friend zone, so that's basically the situation. I don't want to get into details. I want to keep my personal life personal, so I'm going to keep my private life private. So, but yeah, I'm excited for her to come over today, and I'm excited to see her, and I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy seeing my friend. After having a panic attack doing open mic last night, it's going to be good to see my friend. You know what I mean? So I'm excited to see her today, assuming it's still coming to fruition. So supposedly she's coming in 5 minutes. I don't know. It's tidy. Yeah, I had my mom clean my bathroom for me. It's and the cleaning ladies cleaned on Monday or Tuesday. I think Monday this week, but they usually clean on Tuesday. So it's clean. It's clean. I mean, it's clean in here. Yeah, I cleaned my dishes, and I made a half-assed effort. I mean, not a half-assed effort, a real effort. A half-assed effort to tidy up. So, speaking of ideas of reference, I noticed my father has 534 friends, which is yes. 534 is yes. That's an idea of reference. It's not him saying he pharmacologically abused me with premeditated nefarious intentions. Idea of reference. Unless, of course, he is confessing on social media and in photographs that he did it to me. I mean, like, Are these photographs, social media content, a confession, or am I reading into? I don't know. They say it's ideas of reference. Then I come to a feeling of conviction about something like my father having, 534 friends, which means yes, we pharmacologically abused you. Yes, 534 is yes. Somebody says, I need a hobby. Somebody says, how is so here we go. So 534 friends, how is that a yes? 4 3 I'll show you how that's a yes. 435. What does that look like? Yes. See? But they're like, but it's not 435, it's 534. Don't talk stupid. It's ideas of reference. Somebody says it's a puddinhead, it's a delusion. And I noticed my father's banner says, this is the swamp. Were they depriving me of romance? Were they depriving me of interpersonal relationships? Were they depriving me of girlfriends? Were they keeping me involuntarily celibate? I need to remind myself, were they making me in the swamp? I need to realize this is an idea of reference delusion. They did not nefariously torture me. They were not sadists who were keeping me an incel. It was my decision. I was anxious, I was agoraphobic, and I was sitting in solitude. I'm getting clue. So my friend should be coming any minute now. I mean, I haven't gotten a text or a call, so I don't know. I mean, apparently my friend should be here in a minute. So let's see if she texted me. I mean, I got no text. I got no call. Let me say, are you still coming today around noon? I don't know. I don't know. Apparently. We'll see. All right, I think I'm going to log off, guys. I mean, supposedly my friend's coming, so I'm excited for that. Adios, amigos and amigas.